Hello, I am Wanderer001 and this is my review of the Amprobe IR-710 Infrared Thermometer. What you're looking at here is a thermometer that will give you the surface temperature of pretty much anything you point it at. Now, I will caveat that with saying it is for getting a read of surface temperature only. This is not going to tell you what the temperature is underneath the surface of something. So if you're trying to use this for cooking, you're not going to be able to tell the internal temperature of what you're cooking, only the surface temperature. Likewise, if you're using this for, handyman type stuff, you're only going to be able to tell surface temperature. If there's an underlying problem, you're not going to be able to tell what that is using this. But it, being what it is very useful to know the surface temperature of some things. So to start you off with, we're going to take a look at the general dimensions of it. You're looking at 6 inches in height here with a depth of 1.5 inches and a length up here at the top of 3.5 inches. Now it is fairly simple for what it is. Really all you're looking at is a handle to grip it, instructions on one side and disclaimers on the other. Really, here's your what you would call the business end. Here is your IR sensor, and this is a red laser dot pointer. I'll explain that a little bit. Again, it is fairly simple. You pull the trigger and it will give you the surface temperature. Now this does run on one 9-volt battery, which was included, so that was really nice. For the price of this, it's a good thing that you don't have to go out and buy a 9-volt. I mean, yes, they're not terribly expensive, but again, for the price, it's nice that they included it. At the back here, you're looking at your LCD display and 3 buttons, which will allow you to control pretty much the few options that you do get with this. So the first button here is changing between Celsius and Fahrenheit. If I click on it, you'll notice right now, because I don't have anything engaged, it's not going to show you what these options do. What I'm going to do now is actuate by pushing the trigger button here so that I can show you what all these buttons will do to the LCD screen here. So we're going to take a temperature reading of my table. What you do is you press and hold the trigger option, and you'll notice right there, it's a little hard to see, but there is a little laser pointer letting you know what you're looking at. Now, while I say that, it is a good thing to note on the side here what this is a mathematical formula that lets you know distance to actual size of surface area that you're doing. Now, at the smallest here, it is saying that you will be able to have a dot or surface reading as small as 20 millimeters in diameter. So that gives you an idea of just how close a reading you can get. Now keep in mind that what close means is you will have to be fairly close to the object you're reading. The further away you are from the object you're reading, the larger that circle is going to be. So again, we're going to take surface area of my table here, which gives us these lovely information. So my table is 68 degrees. Hold is indicating that it will hold these temperatures. This one indicates that there is a backlight, which is this blue light. Notice that the backlight's not on anymore, but once I take a reading, the backlight comes on. That icon there indicates that you are using the laser pointer. And this one here is that we are in Fahrenheit. You also have your min max and battery level. So by coming down here and pushing the C or F, you'll notice that it will change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Coming over here to min max, take a look over there. It will hold down here either the maximum temperature or the minimum temperature reading. And then this one cycles between the light and the laser pointer. So clicking it, light is now off. Clicking it again, notice the laser pointer icon is now gone. Back on, light and laser pointer. So you can actually, by cycling through these, have this configured to a certain extent to how you want it. Now, if you'll notice, I'll hold, it's flashing scan, which is indicating that I'm trying to scan the surface temperature. You'll notice in the background there that there is no laser pointer visible. So that's what having the laser pointer turned off is. Now, the laser pointer is good if you're trying to kind of get yourself a general idea of where you're reading. You'll notice, again, I have it holding for the minimum temperature, so it's showing the minimum temperature. Now, for me, during the winter time, I have a through-the-wall air conditioner, and this is one of the primary reasons I got this tool is because I have to extra insulate my air conditioner. Just the cover doesn't do it, so I have lots of towels in the background there, and by using this, I can point it at the air conditioner and I can kind of see where I might be lacking in my insulation. Now do keep in mind this does vary depending on how far away from the item that you are. You'll notice I am seeing a minimum temperature of about 65 in some of these areas. I do think I saw a peak of, yep, 66. Oop, there was a 64. So in that area where I see 64, I know I have to go back and kind of do a little extra insulating. All right, look, there's a 63. So right there, I need to put some extra padding. So that's really where this is going to come in handy if you need to know the surface temperature of anything that you're looking at. So the price of this varies depending on where you get it. I've seen it as low as $50 with like up to $60. It's nice for what it is. It's hard plastic, so you can see maybe there. I've dropped it a couple of times. It still works perfectly well. It gives you an accurate enough reading. The only downfall that I've had with this so far is if you have pets. So as you can see, when I was back here trying to get readings for my air conditioner in the bedroom, the temperatures are a little higher because it is picking up a little bit of surface temperature off of the radiator there. But if you have pets that enjoy laser pointers, you'll notice that I have two very wary cats waiting to play, and it has been difficult with them pouncing at the air conditioner to catch the little red light. But if, you know, that's something that you can work with, or you just bought yourself a really expensive cat toy, which is kind of what I ended up doing for a while, until it came time to put my air conditioners to their winter mode here. All in all, I really think that it's worth the investment to have something like this in your toolbox if you're a general handyman, or even if you want to use it for cooking. I've done it where my wife has been doing holiday cooking, and she uses a candy thermometer, and the candy thermometer is kind of going on the fritz, so kind of use this to tell the surface temperature of the items she was cooking, and it was accurate enough that it helped save some of the things she was trying to cook. Again, it is for surface temperature only, so not underneath, so that includes cooking. You'll only get the surface temperature of what you're trying to do. And yep, so I have been Wanderer 001. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching. Right, guys? Thanks for watching.